Hello everybody, it's Elena. So this is a this is a spur of the whim type of video I wanted to do. So yesterday I came across this little article, right? I just randomly came across it. It's someone made a manual for Super Mario 3D All-Stars to complete the physical set. And it's just, you know, it's just a little manual that they made. It looks really nice, right? It fits in the box. They put a lot of work into it, clearly. And I thought it was just a cute little thing, right? Like, this is nice looking, right? They're selling it on Etsy. And yeah, an article's just talking about it. You know, this will complete the physical set as well as give new and older gamers the feel of the retro days where manuals were used to help as well as look great. This is not an official product nor meant to be. It is made by myself to give a complete physical feel with the official game. And so they, you know, they just talk about it, just give a little blurb about it, and it says, do you think Super Mario 3D All-Stars should have included a manual? Tell us down below. So everything's normal, right? I thought this was pretty interesting. Like, and then obviously they would sell it. Like, obviously this costs money, because it costs money to print something like this so nicely, right? Like, you can't do that for free. Especially with something this nice a quality. So then I scroll down to the comments, and the first one is just, how is this remotely legal? And therefore, why is Nintendo Life promoting it? What do you mean, how is this legal? And why is it the first thing you think? Like, what do you care? Like, and then it looks official. Cool idea, but I probably won't buy it due to not actually coming from the game, if that makes sense. Etsy's full of stuff like this. I question this as well with all the Animal Crossing stuff and Amiibo NFC tags. This looks like something that will be targeted by Nintendo sooner or later. $10 and 80 pounds, I believe that is, for something unofficial and unnecessary. I'll wait for the, whatever that is, cease and desist news. What a party pooper, go complain somewhere else, grumpy face. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, what the hell? What do you, why is that the first comment is, why is this, like, the first comment is this legal? What the hell? After I saw these first few comments, I just started losing my mind. And like, at this point, I think I was already thinking about wanting to do a video about this. Like, this was already just enough, but it just kept going, as you will see. And then I just want to mention, I love this guy saying it's unnecessary. Like, I love that this guy calls it unnecessary. Because, like, when you think about it, so is the whole game. You know, buying it physically, that's unnecessary. And it would have been nice for Nintendo to make this themselves, right? That's what a lot of people in these comments say. So, like, isn't that kind of just your opinion that it's unnecessary? Like, I'm sure a lot of people would like something like this. A lot of people, myself included, love to have manuals. And it's really neat that somebody made one when Nintendo didn't. So, like, unnecessary my ass, like... For one, why would I buy a manual for something that has been free in the past? Secondly, any bets on how long before it's taken down? That can't be legal to sell for profit. I don't know why everybody goes for that. Like, it's just somebody making a cool little thing. And it's like, that's illegal, you can't do that. Like, who cares? I don't care. Like, just... like, I guess that's what happens when you go to a Nintendo website like this, right? Like, everybody's like, I just didn't know there was people like this for Nintendo anymore, you know? Like, I thought it was clear that you don't, like, it doesn't matter. It's like, Nintendo doesn't care about you. It's like... And then there's the person complaining that manuals used to be free. It's like, well, manuals didn't used to be made by one individual person who's just, like, making it themselves and printing it as high quality as they can. It was made by a massive company who had, like, extreme amount of disposable resources where they could just print manuals. And then this one, this guy, $10 or 10, whatever that is, that price, just because somebody wanted to put some pics together in Microsoft Office and turn it into a booklet? I'll pass, but they did an alright job. Just don't see the need to sell them, share a PDF and avoid the legal issues. There's no legal issues. Yeah, guidebooks are 100% legal in my region. It is considered journalism. That's why unofficial game magazines may exist. So it's not immoral nor forbidden worldwide. Right? Like, a breeding ground for copyright and trademark infringement. It's like, I don't get it. I didn't... People care so badly about this for some reason. I don't understand. And there's so many of these people. Look, we just keep going. There's several good ones. Says, wait, why are they selling this? That can't be legal. And then somebody says, I don't know why they're being so negative about it. Me neither. Doesn't mean it's right to make money using official Nintendo images and logos without the consent of the owners of said properties. Now I won't take away from how amazing this looks. I love it, but it doesn't make it right. Also, I don't want to start a debate on a gaming website, so happy gaming pro and then the little emoji. It's like people are starting to make this into a moral issue, and it's like I don't know what world you're living in that like somebody making a manual for a game on their own time, printing it nicely and selling it to people. I don't know in what world you live in where that becomes a moral issue. Especially when it's talking about Nintendo, who's just this massive company. They're so huge and untouchable that they have absolutely nothing to do at this point with any individual person. And I mean, maybe if they wanted to, if they found, like, because they do this, you know, they find people, they take them down. But it's not because there was some moral issue. It's like, this is getting into deep stuff, you know, where like laws and morals are not the same thing. And people conflate the two, like somebody says, oh, something's illegal, that means it's immoral. And I guess that's what these people are doing. And I guess that's an easy thing to do, but like, if you think about it more, it's like, what the hell? Like, this doesn't involve people, or doing wrong to people in any way. Like, sure there are individuals at Nintendo who make those things, but like, are they being compensated for their work every time it's used anyway? Probably not. You know, how would you trace such a thing? I can't say whether or not that the individual people who make those renders are actually making money off of them still now, you know? Like... And then, this just looks like... This guy just seems like they're trying to make a quick buck. Quick? What do you mean quick? It was a lot of effort to make this thing, and to print it on their own, like self-published thing, not mass-produced. That's not quick. That's not a quick buck. That's somebody doing a little passion project and wanting people to like benefit from it, you know? You know? And then there's this comment where I don't really get what the heck they were saying, and then they end it by saying, customers here are faulty because they do accept it, period. About, like, I think, about how much games cost? So it's our fault that games cost as much as they do because we buy, like, I don't know. Yeah, the amount of people in the comments attacking the idea, that's what I'm complaining about, of course. Yeah, and then this person brings up a great point, where, were this manual illegal, this entire website that's reporting this would be illegal, because look, they have Nintendo images all over the site. Well, actually, this is an ad, but still, like, look at the background here. This is all, they didn't make this is just Nintendo art. And speaking of the ad, they're running ads on this, they're making money off of it. Like, you have a double standard here if you're going to complain about this manual but not complain about this website itself for using Nintendo imagery. And it's called Nintendo Life. This isn't Nintendo. Do they get to use Nintendo's name in that case? Like... like, come on! Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. I just want to mention that, like, the reason why this like the website as a whole and the manual itself, the reason why these aren't an issue and why Nintendo shouldn't care and why you shouldn't care is because, like, Nintendo is not making an equivalent to any of this, right? They're not making a news website like this. They're not making a manual like this for this game. So if you buy this manual, you're not taking any money from Nintendo because they're not making an equivalent. Like, there's not a version of this manual that Nintendo makes that you can buy that you would then be taking money from them by buying this version. So, like, it doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter at all. I like that someone went out of their way. I want one, but I like free. Well, good for you. I'm glad you like free, but this isn't free. And then the fact that people think that this is some huge amount of money. Like, these are the same people who seem as I think somebody was talking about that. This is the same people who would buy the whole game for $60. And then they're like, 10 bucks, 12 bucks, whatever it is, for a little manual. That's too much. I wouldn't pay that. It's like, what the, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And then all the Nintendo Life legal eagles in again. Surely this is no difference to strategy guides or magazines. Is this any different to Switch Player? I'd say not. But is this transformative? No, it's not transformative, but it is informative. And that's okay as well. Because that's what this whole website is. Right? Right? This is an informative website, so they use these things and they're allowed to make money off of it. Right? Just, again, the background on this. What is that? That's not something they made, is it? Like, this is really cool, despite being illegal to sell. Like, like, and then this grumpy face comes back. Like, look at his profile picture. Who has a picture like this? It's only on this website you get people fiercely defending Nintendo if someone dares to make an unofficial product / ROM of one of their products. Yeah. And then this person, oh, they're charging for it? That's flipped my opinion of it, to be honest. Great. Then this person says it's a complete ripoff for about 25% of the price of the game. Yeah, but think about what you're buying. Think about what you're buying, people. It's like... people... Nobody's thinking here. And then this person says, I won't say whether it's morally right or not, but it's most likely legal. Again, the morality thing. This is not a morality issue in any way. There's nothing morally wrong or right at this. It's just complete... Like, it's just somebody making a manual. It's just somebody making a manual. From something made by a giant company. Remember, Nintendo is now the most... Like, they're the richest company in Japan. You don't need to defend them. You're not gonna get anything out of it. You get absolutely nothing. I think it was Cassie said, these people think that if one person sells this manual, Nintendo is going to lose all of their money, and these people are no longer going to get New Super Mario Bros. 2 Deluxe. Yeah, let's see, if we go down further, there is some other things. If I was Nintendo, I also wouldn't spend the money making manuals. That said, I would pay a little money for a custom manual if I was a physical collector. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. Let's see. There was somebody. Oh yeah, this. Okay, so this one's fantastic, but like not in a good way. It says, contrary to what others are stating here, at least in the U.S., you unequivocally cannot use the intellectual property of a company, e.g., Nintendo, in a product you're selling, unless you have licensed intellectual property from the company. It does not matter if the purpose was informational or not. If you are selling it, you cannot use it without a license. Okay, back up. You say at least in the U.S., right? At least in the U.S. Guess what? This is not in the U.S. This is from the UK, and I don't know what the law is in the UK, but based on what other people are saying, it sounds like that's not the case, right? Like, and in any case, like, why are you getting so in depth about this? Why do you care? And then I've been making this exact same point for almost a year and being ignored and at best insulted at worst by Nintendo Life staff and readers. People are mad. People are so mad that this website is quote-unquote promoting this thing that is being sold, that is quote-unquote illegal. It's like, why do you care? Like, I was like, somebody was like, I thought this was a nice website. Like, I just think, like, who are you? Who are you people? I always think of that every time, the Patrick thing. I assume this would be a fan project given for free download. 11 quid? Ha! Some people have no shame. God. Like, what the... Again, think about what it is that you're talking about. Think about what this is. Like, think about how this is printed. Think about if you were to make this yourself, what sort of effort it would take. And then think about how much money you would want for that, or how much money it would cost to make it. You know, like... Again, just think for a minute, okay, people? That's what I want you here for. I gotta read you this one. And then the response. It was fantastic. It was IP warriors that barely grasp the law and repeat the same dull, making money off someone else's work soundbites, and every thread should be insta-banned. They ruin this site. The work here was done by the individual selling. It's the same as Switch Player Magazine or any other such publication. To print high-quality paper is expensive small scale. To print 1 million copies would have cost Nintendo next to nothing, but here we are. Etsy have some great little sellers. Clearly this person has a passion for this. A lot of hard work went in. Yeah, I agree. Same as their hand-drawn guides. I got the Zelda one through physically the other week and it's gorgeous. This is a little bit weirdly worded, but you get what they're saying. A PDF version might have been nice to share, like Hans' drawn guide fella does, but I don't begrudge them charging this. It's entitled to expect it free. It really is. Nintendo are losing zero money from this, and it is not damaging their products at all. Neither are the dock socks, game cases, or other such bits. Or all the other bits. It's part of a rich world that makes gaming better. So please either wait 10 years to post and mature a bit, or get a grip on reality. We don't need to have you preach in every thread. We all know it falls in a gray area, but if you think this little guide is a big crime, you wait until you hear about child abuse, rape, and genocide. Honestly, the world is a dark place, and this little guide is a little ray of light, so calm down. This person just really went for it. Just... I love that last part. They pulled no punches. It was fantastic. And then this person, I have always found it a bit shady how Nintendo Life promotes that kind of stuff. Sure, they need the ad money, but there are much better solutions like quality articles, or at least adding a disclaimer on IP violation. Like, what the fuck? Like, just calm down. God. Like, and again, it's like hypocritical, because look, again, just, what is this website doing? It's got Nintendo stuff all over it, and you said they gotta make ad money. They're making their money on a website, just got Nintendo stuff all over it. How is it different from this one? Sorry, I'm losing my mind. And then this person's mature a bit, child abuse, rape. Why on earth did you bring all that into an otherwise civilized discussion about IP? Did a bee end up in your cornflakes this morning? Just, what is wrong with you? I thought that person was pretty civilized despite, like, really going hard. You know? And I'm sure IP law will back me up here, as would Nintendo's lawyers. Yeah, big whoop, that's a real thing to brag about. Being on the side of Nintendo's lawyers, they have such a great track record, don't they? You really want to be on their side, huh? But yeah, that is about all that I wanted to show you, and it's just more of the same after that. But there was just, yeah, people are trying to shame Nintendo Life for sharing this. This person, they just keep going. This person just keeps going. It's just, these people are just, it's wild. And I want to talk about this site a little bit, real quick, because I have some experience with this site to end off this video. Because the main thing that this site is, of course, is a forum. This forum is very old. People have been on this forum for years and years. Like, I think nearly like 2 decades at this point, this website has existed as a forum. And I used to be on it, going on 10 years nowadays. I used to, like, that's when I was active. Because I think I started around 2012. So that's about 8 years ago, and I was on there for a few years. So I've been gone from there for about 5 or 6 years now, I think. And I occasionally check in again, right? And there's a thread on there called the Chit Chat thread, which was new when I was there, years and years ago. And it's, like, last time I looked, it was still going with posts recently. It hadn't stopped, and it was the same people there, aside from me. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, I've read a thing about forums before, and that's common for forums, is people just live on one forum and never go anywhere else. Like, these people don't have Twitter accounts, they don't have whatever, they don't have anything else on the internet. This is their one place that they exist. And no wonder they end up, like, defending Nintendo so hard, because, like, you'll sit here in this Nintendo-themed place day after day, year after year, and just hear the same things over and over and over and over. It's like, that's what a real echo chamber is, right? These forums, that's what they are. Like, and it ends up with people that are really detached from reality and social problems, and, like, the biggest problem they think that there is people making unofficial Nintendo stuff. And, like, I was guilty of this in the past, right? Like, I didn't like unofficial things. But, like, as I grow up, basically, I escaped the forum, and, like, I don't feel like that anymore. Like, I understand what it's like to be an artist, and what it's like to have passion for projects such as this. And also, to end off, one good thing is that, the person who made this, I went to their Twitter page. The link to it was here. I went to their post talking about selling it, and everyone in the comments was totally positive. Everybody was loving it, talking about buying it and everything. So I'm really glad that they got the recognition they deserve, and got to have a positive experience making this thing. And hopefully they didn't read all of the ridiculous comments on this site. So, thanks for watching. I hope that was entertaining, and this video was kind of me just venting my frustration, but also drawing to light these people are out there. And don't be like these people. Don't feel like you have to crusade for Nintendo, because you really don't. Nintendo doesn't care if you have their back or not, and like, have the back of independent creators who are making wonderful little passion projects. And yeah, thanks for watching.